Hey superstars, welcome back to the channel. So I wanted to kind of give you guys, I guess we can call this like a life update per se. Don't mind me, y'all, we fresh facing it. My sinuses are like totally out of control. Like I don't know, it's so weird. I'm like, maybe I do have a cold, I don't know. But my name is Angie, and if this is your first time to the channel, welcome to Life with Star. If you guys are new to the channel, then you probably don't know or you're not aware that I did find out at the age of 27 that I was adopted, okay? And after about 9.5 years, I mean, it's going on 10 years now. But after that duration of time had passed, I had decided I was going to embark on this journey of trying to find. First, it was all about trying to find my birth mother, which I did find her. If you follow me already, then you already know that we did locate her. She's local. We've met, all that jazz. And initially, I was not interested in trying to find out anything about my birth father, just because some certain details just kind of like, they were just so hard for me to kind of wrap my mind around. And we'll get into that in just a second. But if you guys enjoyed this video, I encourage you to give it a thumbs up, like, comment, share, subscribe to the channel. And if you go ahead and do so, don't forget to click the notification bell so you don't miss a single episode coming your way. And if you are as nosy as I am, then you probably want to get an update on what's going on in my life. Like, I would kind of want to know too, like, did she find who her daddy is yet? But so, yes. So kind of take you guys back a little bit. I had bought the Ancestry DNA test kit because I was going to try to utilize that to try to find my birth mother. Now, when I had found out that I was adopted, I did receive photographs. How those photographs came into possession, I really don't even know. And at this point, I really don't even think that it really matters, to be honest with you, because I'll be 37. So we're talking about 37 years ago. At this point, who gives a shit how the pictures came into possession? I had the pictures. I decided to utilize the pictures the best way that I knew how, and that was through social media. So I frequent on social media just like, the rest of the world, right? So I had said, you know what? I have these photos of my mom and some of family members, yes, and I utilized those photos and I posted them online. Yes, honey, the tea is hot. So I blasted my mom and the other family members, but it worked out because I actually found her in just 1 week's time. The power of social media really is a thing, y'all. So we found my mom, and then about a week or so after, the DNA test kit finally came in the freaking mail. I don't know if it was like a mail issue on my end. I think that they sent it out when they were supposed to send it out. I just think that there was some issue with me actually receiving it. And I think that it was more so on the mail service versus Ancestry. So needless to say, I did get the test in the mail, and we went ahead and we spit in the little tube, honey, and we mailed off our DNA to go get processed by whoever processes it. I don't know. Are they like chemists, science? I don't know what the hell they are, but they did it, and it took about 6.5, 7 weeks for the results to come back. And when I tell y'all, honey, I knew I was going to get some hits. I didn't know, though, that it was going to be as excessive that it ended up turning out to be. Like, it was actually kind of overwhelming, and it's still overwhelming because the more and more like matches come about, like the numbers are just growing. And it's honestly so much to the point that you can't even filter through all of that. But the cool thing about Ancestry is that it does give you like your kind of top hits. Like you can set the settings to like range from, newest to oldest match, or closest relative to most, like, to distant relative. So I have been in communication with not a lot of people, to be honest with y'all, but I have been in communication with some. I feel like some are just, they did the test just to do the test and they're just not on there anymore to even see that I've sent them messages. Or then you have some people, because I've reached out to them via Facebook, that I think they're probably just like, who the hell is this girl writing me? Like, next, ain't doing it. Which honestly, it's just kind of like, I can't get mad at them. Like, it is what it is. I can't force people to communicate with me, right? This is my journey. It's my walk of life. I'm the one that's on this, like, mission of trying to put my puzzle pieces together. And if other people don't want to participate in that, then I can't be mad at them. Like, it's all love. It is what it is. What I will say is, so I know a couple people have been curious to know, like, well, why was I not interested in knowing who my birth father was? And initially the reason why is, and let me just kind of lead with this, y'all. I lived a very good life. I was very fortunate, and my life could have gone a lot differently. There are a lot of children who end up in the foster care system, and their lives do not turn out as fortunate as mine did. There are children who are abused. There are children who are mistreated, and there are children who are just not in a loving environment. And I thankfully did not have to experience that. I'm super grateful for that. So I'm not looking, or I didn't do this because I was in need of a parent, or I was in need of some kind of love that I had missed. Like, I was loved, you know what I mean? Like, no family is perfect, of course, but I was loved. I was well taken care of. However, when you get to a certain age, and I have children, that you decide, like, okay, I need to figure out where I come from, who I come from, because it's important to know, like, your lineage and know the things that may have been passed down to you and what you've passed down to your children, right? That hot tea is good, honey. So I had been informed that my father was much older than my mother, and I don't judge her. And I really, honestly, at this point, I don't even judge him. Like, I can't really judge people on something that happened almost 40 years ago. I'm here now. Like, it is what it is. The world needed me. Like, that's how I'm kind of looking at it. But initially, it did kind of sting a bit to know that he was much older than her, and she was much younger than him. Okay, so I'll kind of leave it at that. I had decided I'll be doing myself a disservice to me, like, as an individual, right? To not even, like, connect the dots and see, like, who I am. I mean, not who I am, but where I come from. You know what I mean? Like, not even so much who your parents are, but, like, your background, like, genetically, who are you? You know what I mean? Like, I'm kind of fascinated with it now that I've kind of, like, really been digging and diving into it. But so where we are right now is I do not know who my father is. Okay. My biological father, Bernard, that's my main man. Okay. I love my daddy, but my biological father, I do not know who he is at this stage of the game. I have made a lot of connections via Ancestry, y'all, but it has been so overwhelming, like almost to the point where it was kind of consuming my life. Like, I had to kind of pull back away from it. And, it had put me in a position where I was asking my birth mom, like, a lot of questions. And she was not able to really answer them. And sometimes I get into this, like, space where I'm like, okay, I need answers. I want answers. Like, once I commit myself to something, I'm like, we're going to see it through. So my focus has really kind of been on that. And the unfortunate part of that is that sometimes other things get put by the wayside, right? But it's my journey. I'm like, it is what it is. So I made some connections. I've been in communication with some people, and one of them has actually already taken her DNA test, and I am just awaiting her test results because we are curious to know how me and her are going to match up. Now, one or two things are going to happen, y'all. Once we get her test results back, she's either going to show as, like, a possible cousin and whatever that falls in, like second, third, fourth. I don't think she'll be that low. but I'm anxious to see. Or she could possibly show up as my aunt. If she shows up as my aunt, then one of the possible candidates to be my father, we kind of narrowed that down. If she shows up as my aunt. If she shows up as a cousin, it's really just kind of going to give us like the next clue as to what direction I may need to take. So I'm going to insert really quickly, you guys, my DNA results, because I just want you guys to see like genetically what I am. Hold, please. All right, so I guess we'll go ahead and plug it on this side, you guys. So I'm going to put it in there now. So I want you guys to see. Those are like all my DNA matches, as you guys can see. But let's go into discover your DNA story. And this, you guys, is what your girl is. So it gives you your ethnicity, your inheritance, your community, matches, and more. But look, you guys, so my birth mom is Costa Rican. So obviously that's right up there at the top. Indigenous Americas, Panama, Costa Rica. And then we have Nigeria, Spain. And then as you see, it goes down, the percentages get lower. And then after Spain is Ivory Coast, Ghana. And then Cameroon, Congo, Western Bantu peoples. Like, I don't know nothing about that. Let's click on that real quick. So primarily located in Angola, Cameroon, Democratic Republic of the Congo, things I've never heard of. So I guess that's just like a certain type of demographic of people. Not sure. But this is what I am, you guys. This is my mix, okay? This is what has produced this, honey. So, yeah. All right. So, yeah, you guys. So, so that's my makeup, my genetic makeup between my mother and my father. But I am kind of curious more than ever now to kind of really put this puzzle piece together. Man, y'all, let me tell y'all. I found a family member on here, and she's listed as my third cousin, but she's not active. And she has not been active on the site for like 3 to 11 months. But her family tree is like insanely like crazy. It has over 1,600 people. I'm like, girl, I need you to respond to my message, Yvette. I need you to respond to my message, honey, because that's a lot of family members, and I don't know how the hell I'm supposed to weed through all them people. Like, I can't even, like, y'all don't understand. Once, if you ever take the test and you try to, like, really dissect it and dive into it, if you are literally walking blindly into it, like me, because I don't know who my daddy is, you're going to be lost in the sauce. Like, I am lost in the sauce, y'all, because it's too many damn people. Now, I will say, the family is massive. The ancestors, honey, they did their thing. They said we want to make sure and we're going to plant our seeds and we're going to make sure we have generations upon generations to come. And they did just that. Not only did they do it, their kids did it, and their kids' kids did it. So there's just a lot of people to go through. I think for me, you know, what I kind of have to remind myself is that although I may make connections with family members, and there's a possibility, y'all, that I may not even find out who my biological father is. And it's a very high chance that he's already deceased. The few possibilities that I have come across through family members that I've communicated with, they either passed away within the last 6 years or passed away within the last two. The last 3 or 4, 3 something. It's been recent, y'all, which is like, wow. Just think if I would have kind of like done this sooner, maybe they would, if they're deceased, you know, and if we can actually figure it out. And I don't even know how we can confirm it. Other than this family member, I'm really kind of like banking on her test, because it's going to be kind of cool. And I've been vibing with them. Like, they're real cool people, the people that I've been communicating with. Like, we've been on the phone and stuff like that. But if she shows up as my aunt, I think that's like a bona fide, like, I know who my daddy is, you know? If she doesn't show up as my aunt, we've all kind of come to like a mutual agreement between the group of us that's been communicating. DNA does not lie, so we family. Hey, cousin. Hey, cousin. When is the cookout? When is the family reunion? Hey, cousin. I need a size medium shirt. But it's a lot. It's overwhelming. And you kind of have to go into it with just like an open mind. I've gone through this whole like journey with an open mind. I have no expectations. I don't want expectations to be placed on me. And, you know, I think that is the best way to do it. What's crazy is that, you know, when you're going through your life and you have your own family, you have your job, you have your kids, like you have your own little routine, right? And now I'm in a place where I have opened this door to all these new like people and relationships, and it can be overwhelming. It can be overwhelming, y'all, because now you're like, okay, I've connected with these people. I've met them. Like, how do I insert them into my already like functioning world? Like, my world is already like this. And how do I start plopping people in there? You know what I mean? So that has been a bit difficult. I have a brother and a sister from my mom's side who I have met. I've seen them a few times. I have not seen them for a while. And I mean, life is just life. You know what I mean? We communicate. I haven't talked to my brother in a minute, which I need to like call him. But the last time, every time we do talk, it's always like good energy, good vibes. So, you know, I'm pretty sure that we're good. I do talk to my sister a lot more. I think sometimes women just can kind of like connect more. Like we're girls, we're into the same type of stuff, you know, but I haven't seen them in a minute. And if it's not me getting sick, the kids are getting sick, you know, life is just lifing, you know what I mean? So that's what I'm saying. It's so hard to try to like keep a constant flow with these new relationships, like without people feeling like left out, you know, ignored or whatever. But I don't know. I'm human. They're human. Everybody's human. Like, I don't know. That's why I always say have no expectations and place no expectations, and everything should be fine. So I just really wanted to kind of give an update, show you guys, because I know I never really talked about my test results like on here. I'm not going to go into detail on showing you guys like different family trees and stuff, because I'm still kind of dissecting through it and trying to connect my own little dots and stuff. And I'm not really wanting to expose any additional people that I don't need to expose. And not only that, like, it's like an intimate thing for me right now. And I know that sounds crazy, like insane, because I'm obviously showcasing certain things online and for the world to see. But until you have been in a position where you don't know who you come from, you know what I mean? Although I was adopted at a very, very young age, you know, 3 months, I don't even remember it. It wasn't until I started getting older that I started feeling like, okay, I ain't seen my mom with no pregnancy pictures. I don't look like nobody, like in the family. Why do I look so different compared to everybody else? Everybody else looking like true ethnic, okay? And I'm over here looking like, who's that white baby, you know? Until I started getting in the sun and getting more color. But it's a different type of thing when you are literally on this journey of trying to figure out who and where you come from. So I'm not saying that I'm not going to share more. I'm just saying that right now I had to put a pause on it. I have not logged into that thing for almost a week because that shit was starting to consume my life, y'all. And it was starting to become very overwhelming. I was starting to stress myself out because every time I would get a match, I'm like, okay, I got to follow this lead. I done printed out family trees. Like, I have printouts, y'all. Like, who am I? A private investigator? I cannot. But I will share more. I'm just right now just trying to just, I have to also remember that I'm human and I have feelings. And although I did grow up with two wonderful, loving parents, I love my mom and I love my dad. This is still like an emotional journey too. You know what I mean? Being placed, there's children who get placed for adoption and they're like older children and they know nobody wants them. You know what I mean? And I don't fault anybody for placing me up for adoption. It's not even that. Like, I have no hate in my heart, like, at all about that. And I'm glad that I don't, because it's put me in a position to where I can, now be able to send, my mom a text message and just talk to her if that's what I want to do. I won't be able to do that with my father, which I'm pretty sure, because of the fact that he was much older than her. Because of age, I'm sure, age has caught up with him, and that's probably why he's no longer with us, or maybe some health ailment. I don't know. But yeah, so when I get more updates, it should be a few more weeks before she gets her test results. And then I'll be able to kind of give y'all an idea to say, I think I know who my daddy is. And it's going to be pretty cool to continue to try to connect and meet with certain family members. I have one match on there that is listed as a possible first or second cousin, but I'm actually leaning more towards the second cousin option just because of her age. However, I don't know that I will connect with that portion of the family. I don't expect to be able to connect with everybody. You're not going to connect with everybody. I think you kind of have to be open to that as well. Hell, I could have met my mom and we could have been looking at each other like, girl, bye. You know what I mean? Like, you just never know how you're going to mesh with folks. So, and this person don't even live nowhere near me. So and she's much older. So it's like, unless I were going to try to meet her children, but I have no expectations of that either. Whatever relationships come to me through this journey, through this process, I'm open to them, but I'm not going to force anything. So yeah, y'all, I do not know who my daddy is. I have not figured it out yet. We are still on the hunt and we are still searching. I don't know. But if y'all do have any questions, like just about like my adoption in general, like, I don't know, anything in general. I know there's people who reached out to me when I was going through that process of trying to find my mom, and I posted like the pictures and stuff online, and people were like, oh my God, you're so brave, you're so transparent. Like, I would be so terrified of rejection and all that. But my whole thing is like, I ain't got shit to lose. Like, I had two loving parents, you know what I mean? So my whole thing wasn't to, let me be careful how I say this, y'all. My reasoning on trying to find my birth mother, I didn't have like this you owe me attitude. You know what I mean? Like, she don't owe me nothing. What she did was what she was supposed to do. She gave me life. You know what I mean? Like, that's the greatest gift that you can give, because she could have just not had me, and then I wouldn't be talking to y'all right now. I wouldn't have the two children that I have right now. So she owes me nothing. I'm a grown ass woman at this point. I can't be parented. I can't be mothered. You know what I mean? But I can, have a friendship. I can build a relationship in that sense. And bond and build from the now. But I think that, people get so caught up in rejection. Like, yeah, man, look, you're going to get rejected every day of your life in some kind of capacity. Like, sometimes it's not even about building a new relationship. Maybe it's just about closure. Like, okay, I know now who I can put a face to the name and a name to the person. And thank you so much for giving life to me. And sometimes that's all it is. And that's it. And that's okay too. You know what I mean? Like, you don't have to have a relationship with your biological parent. Like, hell, listen, I think that might be a whole nother video that we need to do. Because I can already see that we're going to be rambling on and I ain't got all that time. But I just wanted to come and give y'all an update and show you guys a kind of a snippet into what has been going on with my ancestry thus far, and let you guys see my actual ancestry results And like I said, as soon as I have an update from this, I know she's family. I just don't know how we're related. And once her test comes back, we will know, and that will give me my next little breadcrumb to follow. So I hope y'all enjoyed this little update, honey, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And if you want to see more, like I said, subscribe to the channel, click the notification bell so you don't miss the next episode coming your way. I don't know why I keep saying episode, but this is like a little show, so I guess I could say episode, but really I want to say upload. Click the notification bell so you guys do not miss the next upload. Like, comment, share this video, spread love because it's free, and I will see y'all next time, honey. Subscribe to the channel, y'all. Follow us on our other social media. It'll be linked in the description box. Drop some questions down in the comment box if you guys have some particular questions that you guys want to ask me in relation to, you know, my adoption story and, you know, what steps I took to try to find my birth parents. All right, y'all. Bye, superstars.